take home that trophy. Fans are ready, and so are we inside the Orleans Arena as we take a look at the bracket. This is how these two teams got here. Into Durazo Frescas, one of the seniors, incredible behind the arc, but does so many other things as well. The tip is up, and here we go. No losses in WAC play for Grand Canyon, so they took care of business against UT Arlington twice. Never easy to beat a team 3 times. And there's Scrappy D, hand in the passing lane by Callie Cooper for Grand Canyon. She is special on the defensive end. On the drive, Nia Threet got tangled up a bit, and the travel call is going to send it the other way. You talked about turnovers being key on both sides. Grand Canyon forces 22 turnovers to their opponents, but the UT Arlington Mavericks, Mary, they force 19.
Grand Canyon 10th in the country in forcing turnovers per game.
They're the starters for Grand Canyon. Tiara Brown, really special leader as well. This is a team with 5 seniors and 6 grad students, and that's the player we were talking about. Whittingham on the interior gets the first hoop.
And the environment here is simply electric. These Grand Canyon fans are as fired up as a Final Four crowd.
It'll be a new champion crowned in the WAC as that one was around and won't drop. That was Talia Clark, the senior from Linwood, Washington.
She needs to heat up.
It was Brown at the other end that got the first bucket. We were just talking about her. And
how about that?
How about Callie Cooper? We've talked so much about her defense. Well, guess what? She's not afraid. That's only her 8th made 3 on the season.
Yeah, she only shoots 26%, but I mean, the energy of this game at the start, you can just see it in these players. Great start for Grand Canyon.
And we want to talk about confidence. That is confidence, and that is pretty right there. High arc or swish. Coy Love with a 3 ball.
And you talk about a player who doesn't take or make many. She's shooting 19% from 3, but feeling it early.
That was just her 14th 3, so the confidence on both ends for both teams. And there's a swat on the interior, the attack by Laura Erickstrup. She gets fouled, and we'll go to the line.
Cooper lines it up, and you can see how far they're playing off her. They're concerned about so many other people. They're just not going to give a whole lot of respect to her out there beyond the arc.
You're right, the defense was absolutely saying, go ahead if you're going to beat us that way. But this is a team that averages just under 8 threes a game.
Erickstrup in her 5th year, started her career at University of San Diego. It's her 2nd year at GCU, but her 1st year out of 5 as a starter.
Really put in extra work in the offseason, Coach said, as she gets 1 of 2 from the line. Worked so hard, worked on her game, and it's paid off. She's had double figures 27 times this year. It's good spacing by the Mavericks. And hand in the passing lane, the anticipation. Brown, defense to offense.
We don't want to overreact to GCU's defense, but yesterday, really, Chris and I, we were awestruck at the way they defend, rip away, steals, get out into passing lanes. It is just really exceptional to watch.
Topside D, almost a takeaway there. It'll stay with UT Arlington. Coach Miller talked about their defensive intensity. She said, this is just who we are.
Yeah, I mean, they just jump passing lanes. If you show a little bit of a ball in a drive, they are doing rip-aways like an NFL team just trying to rip away fumbles.
They play at a high level at all times. They have good depth and experiences. On the inbound, it was a perfect setup, but Clark missing the layup, and now out running. Cooper gets caught, and she's going to go to the line. So you can see the pace and feel it. 3 games in a row for UT Arlington, and if you are Grand Canyon, you're trying to take advantage.
Just trying to slow this down. The hard foul there. And Cooper to the line. And Coach could not have been more complimentary of Callie Cooper and what she has meant to this program in her 2nd year. First 2 years at University of California, Santa Barbara. And another player, Krista, its 1st year as a starter, as a full-time starter.
Yep, I'm really happy that she was recognized on the all-defensive team. And she said, she's our motor. She is our engine. And she doesn't get enough recognition for all that she does. Her first points of the game from the free throw line. And a whistle on the inside, and it's going to go against the Mavericks. Some emotion from the bench for Grand Canyon.
Well, Cooper has already matched what she gets per game. She averages about 3. She's got 4 already.
4 points for her, 4 for Brown. Who is the player of the year? Offensive foul, yep. Through that arm. She got into foul trouble yesterday in their game against Utah Valley. Both teams had some foul problems yesterday.
Great job by Threet here. She's throwing her body around as well.
Threet, so scrappy. The junior from Missouri City, Texas. She's tough. Started every game last year. She's been a starter most of the way this year. This team for UT Arlington, we talked about it a little bit, but they had lost 5 straight until their final game of the regular season, and then they won that one, and now they've been on a roll. They've never been in this WAC championship. Now, this is a big moment for them.
Yeah, it was kind of a roller coaster season. They won 9 of 10, and then they lost 5 straight, but really righted the ship at just the right time as we take a look at the changes, the differences.
But Mary, I will say that those 5 in a row, those 5 losses were to the top 4 seeded teams. So it was a tough stretch to have to hit when you're hitting struggles. And Coach Sharik Wright said, hey, we're going to simplify this. 3-game season coming into this championship, and it's a new season for this team. She said she really loved their effort in getting things turned around.
It is important that they have some offensive success early.
Love squares it up straight away, rattles that one down. Coy Love finding her spot behind the 3-point arc. That's 2 of them now. Perfect. She's got 6 points.
So experienced, started her career at Vanderbilt, went to Arizona, USC, and now UTA.
And active hands by Clark takes it away from Dorazzo Frescas. And she got popped in the eye, Dorazzo Frescas.
Coy Love in the first meeting against Grand Canyon had just 7 points, in the second 11 points. So this is a great start on the offensive end for her.
Yeah, back-to-back double-digit games in this tournament. 18 against California Baptist, 15 yesterday.
And coming into today, Coy Love in the last 7 games, 0 for 19 from 3.
Yeah.
Hey, throw it out the window.
It's a new season, Mary.
That's right. She's 2 for 2. Great movement.
The give, the go, and the movement. You're right. It's Coy Love, 8, and Grand Canyon, 9.
Beautiful pass.
6 minutes remaining. The pace started off fairly frantic. Oh, fake one way, go the other, but the defensive rotation was perfect.
Yeah, they read that pass just beautifully.
Aspen Thornton checks in, and wow, does she make a difference.
Here's the offensive foul. Pastor's got to see that rotation.
What a spark Aspen Thornton has been off the bench. Kendall Robinson also in, the lone true freshman, number 2 in black for the Mavericks. Oh, crossover, but the defense there for the Lopes. Oh, and out running, communication. Wow, some contact.
Lots of contact, nothing called.
Finally, from behind, the back official, Anthony Robinson, making the call.
Here's the drive. There's the foul. Lead official didn't call it. Trail did. Review of rules this week, yes. So we know that sometimes there's a delay, as you know, if you don't hear the whistle blow with the lead official, it's your responsibility to go ahead and make that call.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good.
Yep, there was definitely contact. You get blocked out, it's live. There's a lot happening in all spots as the free throws are good. For Tiara Brown, the grad student, Spanaway, Washington, over 1,579 career points.
It was a travel, didn't call.
Miscue, turnover.
Look, they were passing the ball to Coach Miller.
With the play call in her 5th season, spent 6 seasons at Drury, where she played ball as well, but 4 straight conference championships for her. She was named the WAC Coach of the Year this year. fader won't go for San Antonio, and the rebound down to UT Arlington. Swarming, active defense we're seeing at both ends. We expected it. Both of these teams pride themselves in it, as that one just won't trickle over. Extra chance by Brittingham. She keeps it alive, and a whistle and a foul going to go against Grand Canyon. That's just extra hustle play from UT Arlington. Timeout here in the first quarter, 4:53. We've got a good one, 3-point lead for the top side. 29 in a row, that's the longest active win streak, and knocking off teams in double figures. So many in a row now, over 20 points a game. But a good answer by UT Arlington out of the timeout, the inbound play.
Beautiful pass, and Love with another basket, well executed.
All 10 points for Coy Love. Mavericks have been able to find her. Can they get some others going as well? And a reach-in foul, couldn't stop herself. It's going to go on Aspen Thornton. Her first, team's fifth, and with 4:33 remaining, a plus for Grand Canyon, they will now go to the free throw line.
Callie Cooper continues to sit with 2 personal fouls. It is a huge loss on the defensive end for Grand Canyon.
Brown to the line, gets the first, a grad student out of the state of Washington. In her 5th year, she was part of the 2 other championship games that Grand Canyon made their way to in 2021, 2022. They had losses in those, Mary. They've never won this championship. They said she'll probably be a little hungrier today.
Played well in the first meeting with our UT Arlington, 26 points in that game. Beautiful pass.
Oh, it's a great look. It was a high hedge, and it was a nice read by Nelson to cut down, but not able to finish it at the other end. It's batted around, it comes down and open on the left side. The lefty shot by Alasia Douglas, who's checked in off the mark, but a long rebound, another chance. Brown, left side, can't get it to drop. Good box out by the Mavs.
Well, 3 opportunities and you don't come away with points or a foul.
Oh, but some good box outs lead to openings, and taking advantage, Aspen Thornton.
She had 29, a career high in the first meeting with GCU back in mid-February. 29 points against this team. Almost hard to imagine.
It certainly is. And not a lot of threes, just 1 3. And here she is again. Unselfish, Mary, the handoff.
The slow start maybe for UT Arlington, but they have been coming on with great energy and conversions.
Their first lead of this game. It's been their largest, only by 1. With 3 minutes remaining, first quarter. Patience, squaring up. Long rebound. Brown not connecting on the 3. Bit of a scoring drought for GCU. 0 for their last 6 field goals. It's almost been 5 minutes without a score. Oh, landing hard was Kendall Robinson.
Still down.
Fresh legs coming in on both sides. And it's tough to see Kendall Robinson down. She hit hard, Mare.
She did.
Trying to step out.
Also in the Mavericks, number 21, Alexia Gudo.
I'm going to try to help her up, and we certainly hope she's okay.
It's such a great game yesterday. 17 minutes and 11 points. 4 for 4 from the floor.
She came on late. 9 of her 11 were in the second half. She really got a run going for her and really brought that energy to turn it around.
I think this is their 3rd game in 3 days. Just those key, energized bench players, so important for UTA.
Read the depth in these circumstances.
This is the 3rd game in 4 days for Grand Canyon because of being a 1 seed. They were given that a day off in between.
Yeah, I like the format. I think you don't sit around too long, but so no double bye. But you get a game, and then you get to watch for a day. Inside, Christina Yeshkilova has checked in, one in white.
What a different start for Alyssa Durazo-Frascas yesterday. Absolutely on fire from distance.
She had 18 points of her 28 career high points in the first half. San Antonio had gone out with foul trouble. She made up the difference as the pass way off on that one. And Coy Love says, my bad.
Well, if you're going to throw a turnover, you want it out of bounds against this GCU team because they are like a track team just off to the races.
Yeah.
With a live ball.
It's a great point. 2 minutes left, first quarter. And a fast one. This team's average just under 80 points a game on the season. But they also stifle their opponents to well below that. San Antonio.
She has been quiet.
Barely mentioned her. Makes the extra pass. Here's Anna Isley who's checked in. And the three's not falling right now. For Grand Canyon, but out running. Oh! Just put the hand up, Zoe Nelson. And the finish, able to get control of that one.
What a pass by Coy Love.
Oh, that was pretty. Like a wide receiver out. And finding her, and now a turnover off the leg of San Antonio. Pressure is starting to intensify from UT Arlington.
Love head up. What a pass. Snap those wrists. Those kind of three-quarter passes always remind me of like Caitlin Clark in transition.
Yep. Boy, this team has really gelled and come together. A team with 3 seniors, 2 fifth-year seniors, a few transfers. A lot of new really on both sides, and you never know if it's going to click. And for UT Arlington, maybe clicking late in the season, but maybe at the right time. Oh, San Antonio, the takeaway and behind the back. Tried to draw contact.
Sure did.
Defense staying with her. Eric Struck, the trail, able to come down with it. Also, Frascas fouls her shot, another chance. Boy, the defense knows where she is every moment of the floor.
If you are guarding her, you cannot help, you cannot flinch, you've got to follow her wherever she goes.
12 and White has 122 threes in the season. And that is first in the nation in that category.
47% shooter from 3. And she takes a ton of them.
Yeah, she's averaging 4 made threes a game. We're about the second differential shot clock, game clock, first quarter winding down. Largest lead of the game for UT Arlington. The top side D and a takeaway.
Never saw the ball coming.
Just running up the floor was Osley, and San Antonio was trying to push it ahead.
Boy, for UTA to have the lead and Brittingham has not scored, that's impressive. Good balance.
13 points a game for Avery Brittingham, and she's not scored yet. 8 turnovers for UT Arlington, 5 for Grand Canyon.
It's really been the Coy Love show.
She has 10 points, 4 of 5 shooting with a couple of threes in that mix. And almost a steal for Grand Canyon, and they do, and that will do it. Stifling D, not get a breather. She had the first 10 points of the first quarter for UT Arlington. And the defense posed some problems as well for Grand Canyon. 5 turnovers. 5 points off of them given up. Alasia Douglas stays on to start the second quarter, number 3 for Grand Canyon. And this is the WAC Player of the Year, Trinity San Antonio. They have to maybe get her going. Brown on the attack. Just misses. It's going to stay with Grand Canyon.
San Antonio 0 for 5 in this game, has not scored.
She averages 15 points per game. She leads this team. And off the inbound, knocks it off the backboard. Uncharacteristic turnovers by the leader. Skip across, Zoe Nelson. No good, and San Antonio will bring it up. And she wants to push the afterburners. Get in another notch. It's knocked out of play. It's going to stay. It's transition D has been good.
It really has. They have not allowed a whole lot of easy baskets. And right now, Grand Canyon not feeling any kind of rhythm.
They average just under 8 threes a game. They're 1 for 6 behind the arc, so their three-point defense has been good.
Just threw it away again.
Wow. Back-to-back turnovers, taking away chances for Grand Canyon.
Great move.
Wow, trickle it up good. Avery Brittingham, they get her now a look.
In traffic, a little creativity.
She's so strong, the fifth-year senior, 6'1" out of Fort Worth. And then you say over and back.
Another turnover.
As Tiara Brown thought that Nia Threet tipped it first.
It is so important for UT Arlington to take advantage of just the complete disconnect going on with GCU right now.
And now we're tied up with turnovers, 8 apiece. Grand Canyon averages 15 a game. They forced 22 on the season, but UT Arlington, they forced 19 on their opponents. Taking up the right hand of Nia Threet, the junior from Missouri City, Texas. Starter a season ago, and she's been a starter this year. So scrappy. Just a tough, hard-nosed player.
That's a quick tape job, isn't it? Normally trainers take so much time, but time is of the essence.
She's not coming out of this one.
Nope. Zone defense by GCU. They average 4 made threes a game.
Trying to work it inside to Nelson, and it's tipped out of play. It'll go the other direction. Threet will get a breather now as Thornton's going to check back in. And Alexia Goodo's checked in for UT Arlington as well, 21 in black. Junior.
Kelly Cooper continues to sit with the 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, she brings such a different energy for the team, and you're kind of feeling it right now for Grand Canyon.
Not a lot on the scoring end, but defensively.
Yeah. Clark at 5'11", bringing the length defensively against Durazo Frescas at 5'7".
What a job defensively UTA has done in this ball game, just challenging every shot, every pass. They are clearly the underdog. They've lost twice to Grand Canyon this season.
Both of those games were in the month of February, so it's not been too long ago that they saw one another, and that could be a good sign for the Lopes. First bucket of the game for San Antonio.
Trying to get organized defensively. Some miscommunication as to what defense they were in. They're going to get Brittingham for the box out offensive, Love.
Yep, push from behind. Coy Love having a conversation.
That's a good strategy. Just hold on to the ball while the official wants to give it to the other team and have your conversation.
Good spacing by Grand Canyon. Brown, not going to lose the D. Yeah, she had Brittingham out on her. Not giving up on the play. Another chance. Osley gets it blocked. Brown with the save. Durazo Frescas can't connect. Her 5th shot of the game, her 3rd behind the arc, and she's over.
Clark is just selling out defensively, Krista. She is working so hard.
Senior out of Linwood, Washington, and now high to low in the finish for Brittingham.
It's an easy game. Get into the paint, show a big target, head fake, put it on the floor, make it easy.
4 points for Brittingham. They've all come this quarter. San Antonio hesitation, partially tipped. Eric Struck. Plenty of time, but Durazo Frescas hasn't had a lot of open looks, and she barely had one there, but able to connect.
Clark is like 1.5 feet off, and that's what happens. It is Jaws music when she's got the ball in her hands from 3.
It is 0 for 3 before that one.
Clark in the corner, but the steal first.
San Antonio, defense to offense. She averages almost 3 steals per game. And Sharika Wright wants the timeout. We are tied up. But you can't look past anyone, and especially a team that's getting hot at the right time.
And these teams know each other extremely well.
Yeah, Coach Sharika Wright said it. She said, at this point, everybody knows what you're going to do. She goes, it's going to come down to little things. Execution, setting good screens. There's little things that become big things, but a run with some defense, creating some offense for Grand Canyon. He raced a 5-point lead for UT Arlington moments ago. San Antonio trying to lose the
offensive foul.
Yep. She's had a couple of those. Her second personal. She says, I'm okay. I know she doesn't want to come out of this one with 5:46 left this half.
And she's coming out. You can feel her pressing. Felt that a little bit yesterday as well.
And it's just not been a team that's done that. That's one of the things Coach Miller said. She's so proud of this group that they've really kept the blinders on. They have not had the pressure. It was a pretty floater and finished good. Zoe Nelson with the hoop.
The blinders feel like they're on a little bit today. How momentous this day is to move on to the NCAA tournament. You just can't understand the pressure that puts on a team with the nation's longest win streak.
Yeah, for certain. She said that they really hadn't gotten lost in the noise. They'd approached every game the same. She said this team's built for this, but they've a little rattled, and you got to give credit to UT Arlington.
They have done a great job.
They certainly have. They had a game plan coming in of who they were going to try to take out, and so far, they've taken out two of the leaders for the most part, Durazo Frescas and this player, San Antonio.
San Antonio knows she's coming out of the ball game, so I like that she took that last possession, said, I'm going to go and try to make something happen. Gets herself to the free throw line.
This is the senior from Moreno Valley, California. Started her career at California Baptist, transferred a couple of seasons ago, but now playing for the Olympics for the Puerto Rican national team in the summer. She is special.
Spent a lot of time on the bench yesterday.
Only 19 minutes played for her in yesterday's semifinal win, or others able to step up. But it's a 1-point lead for UT Arlington as she sits.
So two starters on the bench for GCU with foul trouble.
Good love, ball fake. High archer, can't get it. Pushing the O-boards, and they keep it alive. It'll be UT Arlington basketball.
Nelson's quietly done a really nice job for UTA. 4 points, 3 rebounds, and assist.
Sharika Wright's team is one of the best offensive rebounding teams, but today Grand Canyon's been beating them in that category, 10-4, but they average almost 14 O-boards a game. So GCU's been able to keep them off the offensive glass as two ropes collide inside.
The other part of that is Grand Canyon has missed a lot more shots.
Yeah.
Here's the contact.
Certainly more to rebound, and good to see both players up. It was Tiara Brown. She honestly to the line. I've been impressed with Talia Clark, the senior from Linwood, Washington, a transfer from Seattle U a couple of seasons ago.
Really has played very well the last half of the season.
She scores in a variety of different ways as the first free throw is good. This is a team that loves to go to the free throw line. They lead the nation. They're 6th in the nation in attempts with 22 a game, and they're 13th, making 16 free throws a game. Big part of their offense.
Well, if you're not going to make a lot of threes, you got to find a formula for victory, and one of theirs is obviously free throws, as the turnovers just continue.
Kendall Robinson, and it's swatted out of play by Brown, and she had something to say about it.
Let's watch the elevation on this block from a standstill. She's a 1.5 feet off the floor. One more time. Goodbye.
And the timing to let the body go ahead of her and come up from behind. Good to see Robinson back on though, Mary. She took a hard fall earlier in the first quarter, the freshman from Fort Worth. Rebound into the hands of Osley. And Douglas back in, the senior, will run the point.
Going deep on that bench at the guard spot because of the foul trouble.
Douglas, one of the 4 transfers in this year from Oklahoma State. Brown. Can't get it. Good box out. UT Arlington trying to push. They kick it out. Clark. Just missing.
34% three-point shooter. They like the shot. Good job getting her a look.
Nobody hitting the offensive glass that time for UT Arlington, though. They were able to get back. Their big focus, transition defense, but also three-point defense, and they're going to give that one to Brown. And the miss. Eric Step trying to keep it going. It's going to go the other direction, though.
Brown's only made 7 threes this year. Certainly not a strength of her game, so you can see her turn down multiple looks from 3.
Could have taken a dribble or 2 in. The defense was sagging so much, but chose to go for the 3. Big differential in three-point percentage today. 2 for 10. 3, help D rotating over. And there's an extra dribble. Douglas, though, the air ball is going to go the other way.
You certainly can tell players that don't want to take the 3 in this day and age where everyone feels like they're jacking them up. These 2 teams just looking for a better shot, whether you put it on the floor or pass it up.
Yeah, UT Arlington only averages about 4 threes a game. You said it, they find their offense in other ways.
Robinson's trying to get comfortable with the tape on her hand.
Yeah, she landed hard in the first quarter on that right hand. 3 guarding Douglas, and now a switch.
Here's the job. They have not allowed Alyssa Durazo-Frescas to get going at all. The defense on her has just been right on the scout.
She has 3 points coming off of her career high 28 points yesterday. 7 made threes for her in the game. But today, just 1. Her only score. Eric Strupp. Marker won't go.
Love another rebound. She has been exceptional in this first half.
2.5 left, first half of the ball game, and Coy Love got caught trying to kick it back out. The travel sends it the other direction.
Really nice job defensively in transition by Laura Erickstrup. Just got herself back, played straight up, and did not get into the foul competition there inside.
WAC second team member this season. 11th in the nation, shooting 60% from the floor. Not a big three-point shooter. We just saw her take one. As Clark knocks that one out of play. Douglas asking for a foul call. Thought there was contact, but the length of Clark at 5'11", causing major problems for the smaller guards on the other side. Neither of these teams have won this championship. A great look, double team down, and the slash in by Yeshkiova. Good movement without the ball. 1 point lead for UT Arlington. And almost a steal, instead the foul, and obviously going to get called for the reach in.
Better ball movement here by the Lopes. Eric Strupp, nice pass, bucket inside. And when you watch this Grand Canyon team, note that they average in WAC games 26 points a game off turnovers. That big chunk of points. And so far in this game, they have got 10.
It's not been easy, but that is a huge number to take from your opponents. Minute and a half left, first half. And almost another takeaway, and knocked to the floor and slow to get up and in some pain. Kristina Yeshkiova, Marriott player that has missed the last 2 years, out with the ACL injury.
She's had 2 ACL injuries on the same knee.
We're just awkwardly landing. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's Brittingham, and Brittingham on that play, good.
Just a beautiful step back, under control.
does hurt to see it.
Sure do.
Holding the left cap momentarily. She's got the big brace on. And
transferred from Long Beach State after having the ACL, and then she was ready to come back and tore it again.
Just her 19th game. She was out earlier because of the injury. They were finally able to get her back. But she was a Big West Defensive Player of the Year, Hustle Player of the Year at Long Beach State before the injuries.
Offensive foul.
And the turnovers just keep accumulating. Sharika Wright's system, and whatever they drew up today is working so far.
You know, Green has not scored. She hasn't gotten a rebound, a couple of assists, but she has made a difference in this ball game.
Division I leaders. You see Grand Canyon second in the nation in field goal percentage. Coming into this one, shooting 49%. Not the case today, Mary.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who got that foul, Erikstrup or Brittingham. They were tied up inside, neither one backing down.
They give it to Brittingham. That is her second, so she'll take a seat. Just under a minute left in the first half.
Nelson has 2 as well for UTA.
Let's see, Goodo back in, the junior. Brown, hesitation, and they're going to call a travel on Brown. I thought Coy Love wrapped her arms around her, but instead they'll say travel first.
Travel before the wrap. Watch the feet. 50-50 call.
Yeah, Brown was trying to lean in with the body first, and he called the travel instead. 12 turns for Grand Canyon. On the curl.
Another one.
Wow, and off of the player, Goodo, who was driving. What a heady play by Brown to knock it off of her.
And Brown, very demonstrative after blocking it. Second block now, and the point. Teammates are actually, let's just reel this thing back in a little bit.
Callie Cooper going to come back in. They picked up those early 2 personals, and it's felt very different out there for Grand Canyon. They're going to bring her back on, though, the full court pressure. San Antonio as well for Grand Canyon. Trying to maybe tie this one up if they could connect on a 3-ball before halftime. And you see the foul trouble. Grand Canyon went through this yesterday as well. San Antonio pulls up, sticks it.
Boy, she did a beautiful job of looking away the defense, like, where am I going to pass it? And then elevating. Boy, how about that substitution at 47% a game? Just an extraordinary job.
High turnovers as well being forced. We'll see if Grand Canyon can stay out of foul trouble also with 3 players, 2 personal fouls in the first half. That player there also with 2 personals. Brittingham, a big piece of what UT Arlington does, and almost a steal there instead. Here comes San Antonio, splitting the difference. Erikstrup, first points of this half, and the lead back to Grand Canyon.
As halftime started, your first comment to me was Erikstrup's got to get more touches. First touch in transition goes to her.
Erikstrup had only taken 1 shot, a player that averages double figures for Grand Canyon. As muscling her way up, she's going to get to the free throw line. Good play from Avery Brittingham.
GCU in transition, nice dish. Tough to defend when you've got numbers.
Laura Erikstrup, first field goal of the game. She has 3 points. And the first lead for Grand Canyon since the first quarter at the 7-minute mark. But Brittingham's going to try to change that.
All 6 of her points in the second quarter.
Avery Brittingham, a couple of triple-doubles earlier in the non-conference season, an all-WAC first-team member. But for her second time, she got one of those awards playing for Stephen F. Austin before transferring.
A number of people talk to us about what a great passer she is.
At 6'1", she's their top assist player at 4 a game. Oh, and again, Erikstrup Miscue on the D, and she found it.
A little flex screen came off of that thing, and the ball was delivered right with great timing. So a much better offensive start for GCU.
2-point lead for the Lopes. Oh, the wraparound pass. But the defense smothering. And bodies colliding in the interior, slow to get up. Well, let's take a quick look at the SEC men's bracket. There's so much going on during Champ Week on both sides, the men's and the women's semifinal winners. You see Tennessee knocking off top seed Auburn there. And then 2-seed Florida, 3-seed Alabama. Hoping to join. One of those teams will be joining Tennessee.
How many times will Rocky Top be played tomorrow?
Oh, you gotta love it. Trying to get those automatic bids. And there's the point guard, Mary Murphy.
Shake it off, 23!
They were throwing it to you on that
Hey,
one.
slice!
Always ready. But another turnover. High turns, 13 for Grand Canyon. That pressure from the Mavericks has been stifling.
They are usually +7 in that category. And you see why right there.
Love losing it. Grand Canyon trying to push. Brown's going to bring it back out. Eric Strupp, she's been on a mission this quarter. How about that? Another hoop for her. 3 in a row for Eric Strupp. And again, Help D coming over, almost the takeaway.
Third foul.
And talking to her team, San Antonio. She wants to stay on the floor.
Eric Strupp moving well without the basketball. Nice ball fake there. He just uses the backboard beautifully.
1 point at halftime, 6 this quarter. It's a third foul.
After the little scrum, Trinity San Antonio just tries to slide over there and block a shot. And at this point, 2 points for your opponent is a better solution than 3 fouls and you sitting on the bench.
Yeah, great point. And to the free throw line was Aspen Thornton, the senior from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Black 6th player of the year, and San Antonio's got to sit only 19 minutes yesterday in the semifinal. But others were able to step up. Eric Strupp gets it taken away. Brittingham running the break and out to Love, cleaning it up. It's good. How about that from Threet?
Then the inbounds turnover by GCU. Boy, this UTA team is just playing with a mindset of we don't really care what's happened. We're going to win this thing, and we're going to the tournament.
Yep. It starts with the coach, Sharika Wright, and she said, first of all, it's supposed to be fun. She wants them to have fun, but boy, you step across the line and it's ready to go. She was an incredible player in her college days at Purdue as the 3 landing for Clark.
She has got tremendous range. She's been quiet of late. Again, 34% from distance.
52 threes on the season. Very capable out there. Defense sagging off the ground. FD, there's Cooper. Floats it up with the left hand. No good. Just a little over 5 minutes in the first half for Cooper, and it really felt different when she wasn't out there, Mary.
Yep. Melissa Durazo Frestas cannot get a touch. The defense by Clark is just smothering.
Clark, heady play, saves it. Love trying to get closer. Help D coming over. They're going to call the block. They're trying to draw the charge, and instead Brown going to get whistled.
And Eric Strupp is still down. But it felt like GCU had just sort of seized back control of this ball game, and UTA just comes blasting right back at him. Put the ball on the floor. And then Eric Strupp falls over her own teammate.
Both of these teams with a lot of veteran players that don't want their seasons to end. They want to win this championship. They've had their eyes set on it all season. And they want to move on to the postseason. It's a 7-0 for UT Arlington.
GCU has won 29 straight games. You go all the way back to November at Oregon.
First free throw good. Coy Love, one of the vocal leaders, fifth-year senior. Really an explosive player. And Coach Molly Miller's team says we really do try to just look at it as every game's the same, but really difficult when you get to this point. You've got this win streak going.
And another turnover.
Oh, takeaway there behind the back, flashy. Oh, Coy Love
Having a game. Let's go behind the back. Moved on to Alabama, where she worked with Christy Curry. Vanderbilt, associate head coach with Stephanie White. So how about that for mentorship?
Yeah, she's been coached by some of the best, and she's coached with some of the best. And you're seeing her fight and tenacity in her team. It's back in with 3 fouls. It is Trinity San Antonio for Grand Canyon.
Shrieker Wright, first inspiration from mom. Grew up in a military family.
Yeah.
Fort Hood, Texas. Coy Love.
There's not much Coy Love hasn't done in this game. She had the first 10 points of the game in the first quarter, and now adds to it 14. Trying to force a turnover. The defense by Clark. She's been everywhere.
She really has. She has 7 points, a couple of an assist, but it is the job that she is putting in on the defensive end on the outstanding three-point shooter, Melissa Durazo-Frescas.
Durazo-Frescas got a little bit of a look and way off the mark though. Yeah, she has been so off, coming off her career high 28 yesterday. 3 points today. Some contact up high, slow to get up was Aspen Thornton. Defense sagging into the lane. It's going to go the other way.
Love tried to thread the needle, just too much traffic. I love the conversation between Brittingham and Love.
13-0 for UT Arlington. Third quarter, it's been all Mavericks.
The 3rd seed in this WAC tournament, and this is their 3rd game in 3 days.
They've never won the WAC championship. They've never been in this championship game in WAC play. They were part of the Sun Belt, did win a tournament championship in 2022 as active hands again, the steal. Love on the drive, she gets fouled. She's going to the line. And they're gonna say it's on Callie Cooper. That'll be her 3rd.
Love. Boy, sure didn't see much there. But the foul trouble has been unrelenting for Molly Miller and GCU. As Cooper will sit. And Love, who made the statement early when she knocked down that 3 early, and she has been on a roll since.
Well, it took them a while to get their leading scorer, Brittingham, going.
But just Love's career, she's been so many places. Vanderbilt for 2 years, Arizona for 1 year, USC, and UTA.
1 for 2 for Coy Love. San Antonio makes the extra pass and rattling that one down. Anna Osley with a 3 ball. Much needed, and the bench finding some energy.
Much needed in caps and in bold.
That stops the 14-0 run for UT Arlington. And a travel call. So now the energy bleeding over at the other end, and it's getting the fans in purple here.
Difference for UTA and Sharika Wright. They know this team. There are no surprises. They know how to defend them, and they were able to put together their game plan because it's all very familiar.
It certainly is. Prior to the timeout, Osley connected on a 3 to stop the 14-0 run by UT Arlington. They had a 10-point lead, their largest of the game. It's been cut to 7. San Antonio gives it up. Erickstrup with the finish. What a beautiful read of the D.
Such a beautiful job with pick and roll in space. Not a lot of help because of the 3-point shooting.
They go back to Erickstrup, who got things started this quarter. The first 6 points to start the third quarter. Wow, getting popped in the eye once again. That's the second time for Alyssa Durazo-Frescas. Kind of inadvertent, but wrong place, wrong time. Senior out of Newport Beach, California.
Here's the elbow up high.
See it there, but that elbow way up.
Guess who doesn't want to come out? It's just taking the edge, like, let's just rub it really hard and feel better.
Senior transfer from UNLV this past season. A career high 9 made threes a couple of times this year against non-conference opponents. Crowd trying to get back into it. Grand Canyon has brought the fans. Their men will be playing later. San Antonio trying to draw contact and does, and three thought it should have gone the other way.
It's been a frustrating afternoon, no doubt, for San Antonio, but right there, you see that little extra spurt she has, and defensively, it is really hard to play catch up to that.
Explosive with the ball in her hands. Second foul called on Threet. She's done an exceptional job defending the player of the year, Trinity San Antonio.
San Antonio 5 assists, but just a crushing 8 turnovers in this game already.
Some love from coach on the sideline.
She's tough-minded.
Her efforts have been so good. Second free throw good. 1 for 2 for San Antonio. 8 points.
Just a little 6-0 run. Feels like a 20-0 run if you're a GCU fan.
10 not long ago. Good help rotation. Somebody's open. That extra pass. And the takeaway, cutting off the baseline.
Here comes Erikstrup.
Running the floor. Help D, runs the floor. Finish.
But what a beautiful job for San Antonio to have the 1 or 1-on-2. That was a great play.
Coach Molly Miller talked about being patient on their shots. They get sped up at times, and that was going to be an important factor in this one. And Erikstrup everywhere, and sprinting once again. That one rattled around, won't drop for Durazo-Frescas, but had a pretty good look. Thornton in the lane, around won't go. Bodies flying. And they'll say it's off Grand Canyon. It stays with UT Arlington. Zoe Nelson's going to come back in. She picked up a couple of fouls and had to go sit for a while. She'll give a breather to Brittingham.
Yeah, so for UTA, you take that 10-point lead and you feel like the momentum's going, and if you're a player on the floor, you're like, oh, this is great. But this game is going to be gritty till the end, and you've just got to process and work every possession.
Every single one with 2:20 left. Good sign, Christina Yeshkiova back on for Grand Canyon. She went down hobbling earlier. A player that's endured so much with injuries, as an aggressive drive there from Talia Clark will put her to the line.
Well, with Brittingham coming out, the chess match starts. You can rest Erikstrup for a little bit and let her get a blow.
15 foul on Grand Canyon, so UT Arlington will be in the bonus as well.
Some people have really put in great performances today for UTA, but for me, Clark has been the difference maker, just defending Alyssa Durazo-Frescas.
Hey, Champ Week rolls on Saturday, tonight at 6 Eastern on ESPN with Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship, Arizona taking on Houston, 8:30 Eastern. And then the ACC Tournament Championship, Louisville taking on Duke. 1 for 2 for Clark. Yeah, the scoring now with 8 points. That's a solid game, but what she's done on the defensive end, wow. Both teams pretty similar with their free throw attempts and makes. 2 minutes left, third quarter.
Great shot, nothing there. Love, great D.
Yep, just hands up. Brown couldn't get an opening. three, just short off the front of the iron. One rebound, San Antonio, nobody with her yet. DeRosa Frescas, no hesitation, swish!
Really her first wide open look, with the great read, she kind of makes a cut like she's going corner, comes back up top, and San Antonio finds her. Beautiful.
All tied up. And now a steal. San Antonio just missing.
What a job by Clark. She wasn't going to get fooled and beat twice. She's just trailing, trying to locate. But watch the adjustment. She doesn't go corner. She just kind of jab cuts and comes back to the basketball.
6 points for DeRosa Frescas, 2 of 7 behind the arc. She's had to work hard for every single one of those.
But for every touch, how hard she's had to work.
Yep. You see the 11-1 run, the last 3:37, flipping this game around, but back to the free throw line. A plus in the bonus for UT Arlington. As they have called a foul on Yeshkiova.
We've talked about it, Krista, throughout this game. What a great job UT Arlington does at the free throw line. One, getting there, and then coming away with points.
One of the best teams in the nation at getting there. Can't get that one though for Nelson. 1 point lead for UT Arlington. It's the takeaway there, and it is. San Antonio loses it. Mavericks making the push. Love. Jump stop, sticks it.
So the deep breath by UTA, they kind of get it back together.
Execution, Coach Wright said, the little things, this team's experience. She said they know what it takes. They just got to go out and bring it. Touch foul by Aspen Thornton, her second.
Boy, they are guarding this three-point line like their life depends on it.
Just the third team foul, so no bonus yet for Grand Canyon. And a minute left, third quarter. San Antonio and a travel as she was trying to fade away from the defense. Instead, it will go the other way.
More turnovers than points for San Antonio.
With just that kind of a day, the averages on the season compared to today. Both teams brought the D. Skip across, Thornton,
Great
bring it
read.
up.
What a great job by Clark finding an open shooter. Eric Strupp was just trying to find a matchup.
6-0 run for UT Arlington. This game of runs. Clock winding down. Bank is good. San Antonio cuts back into the deficit. And that will do it. 3 quarters in the books. 10 more minutes to decide which team will take the game. They are one of the best in the conference, second in the WAC, with 21 points a game coming from their bench. So they have depth, and not just depth coming in, but depth that can do something with it.
That's exactly right, and confident when they come on the floor.
First championship game in the WAC for both of these teams. Neither has won this WAC championship. And again, Clark's pressure forcing the turnover. And Grand Canyon has the longest current active win streak going. And UT Arlington trying to be a spoiler and snap it.
And they're kind of turning their own game against GCU.
Yeah.
They averaged 15 turnovers a game today, way over that number.
Both teams have been aggressive defensively. They've caused some foul problems on both sides, and they've forced some turnovers.
Eric Strupp at that foul, clearly.
It's her second. These teams know it's one or go home. They are veteran squads on both sides. as the ball knocked off the leg of Coy Love, and she does not agree. Cooper will bring it up. Callie Cooper, the senior from Richardson, Texas.
Doesn't feel like she's really played in this game. Moving without the basketball.
And that was a perfect read. Clark has been playing overplay D almost this entire game, and finally, Durazo Fresca says, I'm going back door. And her teammate found her. The assist to Cooper.
Delay warning. Extending some full court pressure.
Cody Love will bring it up. Guarded by Tierra Brown. That's been a fun matchup this entire game. Oh, Love loses the D, and the finger roll good.
She's had some really good games in her career, but has there been a bigger stage for her to have this kind of game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. With 19 points, 5 boards, a couple of assists, and she's gotten point production from everywhere on the floor. Durazo Frescas, one step off to the right. Rebound down, another chance. And we're going to take a look at the clock, the shot clock. Not sure if it continued, if they reset it or not. What a game, Mary, it's been, as UT Arlington has really tried to flip the script on Grand Canyon, kind of doing what they've typically done as the shot from San Antonio will go. They put 8 on the shot clock as the shot by Durazo Frescas did not catch iron before the timeout. But
you know, we've had some conversation about if GCU goes down and the 29-game win streak goes away and the automatic bid by way of a championship goes to UTA, is this GCU team in line for an at-large bid? They would finish 31-3. But nowhere in bracketology with Charlie Cream on ESPN have we ever seen, you know, GCU mentioned. So
yeah, it's so difficult, and it's definitely something Molly Miller said she wants to be talked about more as the takeaway there. A steal in the push at Grand Canyon. They come in with a 60 net. Inside, Eric Stropp reverse is good.
But I think the challenge is they have no quad 1 wins, just one quad 2 win.
Yep. When you look at the numbers, and again, the losses, they were tough teams early on. Their 2 losses at Middle Tennessee, receiving votes at the time, at number 23 at the time, Oregon, but not getting the winners there. Tipped it'll stay, 8 on the shot clock.
Certainly a conversation for a committee to make, but right now, this ball game is the bid.
And on the inbound, a takeaway. Grand Canyon trying to make a surge. San Antonio, the pull-up, and it won't drop.
It's been that kind of a game for her. 4 of 14, and 10 turnovers.
It has not been a typical game for Trinity San Antonio. It's exactly what UT Arlington wanted to do. Take her out of her comfort zone. Hustle play there. Robinson cannot finish though. Bodies underneath, they play on and slow to get up. Both players.
Oh, the ankle.
Oh goodness, and a travel they will say. San Antonio slow to get up.
Boy, that right foot just kind of gave way a little bit on the step through move.
She's been trying to make so much happen. And the turnover, another one, double-digit turns.
And this shot going the other way. Lots of contact.
Physical play, they play on. Just under 7 minutes left.
Again, 3rd game in 3 days for UTA. No sign of fatigue.
We never know it. Coach Wright hasn't gone super deep into her bench. She's definitely brought some fresh legs on. And a heady play defensively from Durazo Frescas, knocking it off of the Mavs.
Clark touching her chest goes, that's on me, guys.
UT Arlington with a scoring drought over 2 minutes, and fans in purple trying to get on their feet and make some noise. Who can handle the pressure? Brown. She and player Brittingham. What a pairing. teams with turnovers their last several times down. San Antonio trying to have topside D, and they try to go high-low. Nelson can't hang on. It'll go the other direction.
It's not a pretty game. We have had turnovers galore going both ways, but so much at stake. Who in the last 6 minutes is going to be able to bring it together and bring home the win?
San Antonio squares up this time, gets the shooter's touch, and the first lead since way back in the third quarter. Excuse me, tied now. Tied up with 5:50. They changed it quickly on me on that one. 50-50. Way outside, Clark around and won't drop.
GCU fans in the house standing.
Trying to paint this town purple. They definitely have here inside the Orleans Arena, but UT Arlington has not been phased as of yet. Shot clock to 5. Extra! Lefty layup good, and now GCU with their first lead since early in the third quarter.
What a second half by Eric Strupp. She had 2 points in the first half, 13 in the second.
She's been a difference maker at both ends, almost a steal. Gotta be careful over the back. Wraparound pass, that one, the shot just flat, and a big rebound from San Antonio.
Eric Strupp's been open for an hour.
Oh! San Antonio knocked to the floor, she doesn't care. Eric Strupp back-to-back buckets.
We are a 4.5-hour drive from Phoenix, and thousands of GCU fans have made that drive.
Timeout by UT Arlington with 4:35 remaining. And the fans finally on their feet, making some noise on an 8-0 run for GCU.
Defending at one end, Eric Strupp in transition gets herself down the floor, whether she's going left or going right. We've seen her as a young player when she started her career at San Diego. First 3 years of her career, her development, her first year as a starter, her first years in double figures. San Antonio in transition. Eric Strupp was just basically standing there for like, bring it, or I'm gonna get a 3-second call.
I've been so impressed with her running the floor, Mary. She at times has been the player at the other end starting with her defense and the rebound, but she's at the other end before everybody else. As you can see her numbers, it's an 8-0 run, and if you're UT Arlington, you gotta stop it here. Oh, and an and one. Not done yet.
You know, go to the bank. And for them on that right block, it is Brittingham. Just let her get the early position, get her the ball. She's done all her work early, just a hard power dribble, and then just put it on the backboard.
Avery Brittingham, the fifth-year senior out of Fort Worth, Texas, has started every single game since transferring to UT Arlington. This is her 63rd in a row. And gets the three-point play. She's in double figures with 10. Grand Canyon, no losses in WAC play. 16-0 coming in as the shot short for San Antonio. New record in wins on the season with 31 coming in.
Haven't lost since November 18th of 2024.
They're tied with La Tech and California Baptist for consecutive wins in a row in WAC play, 29 of them, and again the national active record going. And on the inline, they'll say, gonna go against
the inline. It's a great job of defending. There was just nowhere to go.
Coach Wright looks calm and cool. She said it, this team knows what to do. They just have to bring it. They're the ones that have to do it. San Antonio, mid-range jumper. Erickstrup, big offensive rebound.
How did she get that?
Two defenders were there, and she slid her way up between them. And they're going to say, I think
she's got blood on her left hand.
Blood on the hand. And have to clean that up. Her nose is bleeding.
Coach Wright's like, get that cleaned up when you're out there.
Yep, let's hustle that. How big is Nia Threep been?
Oh, she's been amazing.
Just causing havoc for San Antonio. Boy, love out on San Antonio, but nothing but net. San Antonio holding the follow through.
Nice job just calming herself down.
Love. Little extra D. Pass off the mark. Cooper right there. 2-on-1, dishes it off. And a foul will put Brown to the free throw line. Second team foul on UT Arlington.
Trinity San Antonio with the mid-range, and then the foul, the dish, taking the head fake.
Tiara Brown, the grad student out of Spanaway, Washington, three-time first-team All-WAC member, was the WAC Defensive Player of the Year named this year. Kind of undersized. They list her at 5'9", but wow, does she play bigger than that.
To say a player has stayed in the same program with the same coach for 5 years is not something we say very often anymore.
No, we do not. Gets them both.
What was a 10-point lead is now a 5-point deficit for UTA.
Nelson will take a seat. Thornton's going to bring it up. Love made some space, gets it to drop.
21 points, 8 of 12 shooting.
Just huge. She really set the tone from the very beginning. A little too aggressive. Thornton wanted the push off. Instead, it's going to go against her. Third team foul for UT Arlington. With 2:30 remaining, 2 team fouls on Grand Canyon. Both teams, Grand Canyon, 3-time UT Arlington. These two will take this WAC trophy and championship into the NCAA tournament. Screen from Erickstrup. San Antonio, big time bucket.
You can feel the rhythm is back for San Antonio.
Help D coming over. Brittingham needs some help. Finally, Thornton, top of the key, gets it. Aspen Thornton with a big one.
What a great job of finding an open teammate. Brittingham was in trouble.
Just under 2 minutes left in the game. Kendall Robinson, the task of guarding San Antonio, and the play call from San Antonio into the lane, draws the foul. So San Antonio will go to the free throw line.
Making something out of nothing. Just kind of throws it up there, but you can see the right arm just kind of hanging out there, and she just leans right into Robinson's defense and draws the contact. A very heady play.
Second foul on Robinson. What a fourth quarter for Trinity San Antonio and Grand Canyon. Winning this one 16-9 so far.
San Antonio with 7 points so far in this quarter.
Just a different feel to her game out there. Rattles that free throw down. 2-possession ball game for Grand Canyon. And that pass hanging in the air for way too long. It's knocked off of Grand Canyon, though. It's going to stay with 18 on the shot clock. See if they are going to maybe take a look at this one to make sure. Sharika Wright looking for some answers. And the officials telling both sides. Canyon. Cooper gets the inbound. Go back to San Antonio. 3 back in. Get the blood cleaned up. She's back to what she's been doing all game, hounding Trinity San Antonio.
Offensive foul for that. Was it embellished? Probably, but why? Why?
Yep, not the play you want. You're under a minute left, and it's a 2-possession game. Just got to get a good look and get a score for UT Arlington.
We'll take a 2 or a 3.
Brittingham calls for it, gets it to go. 1-possession game, and now a reach around and the foul call.
Great job by UTA. The brother, a senior at Washington State this year, in his 5th year.
Twin sister Sydney joining this team as well, transferring from Arizona State, playing together, and a body bump.
Doesn't hurt you.
Still another one to give they had, and so still not in the bonus. So the next one will put UT Arlington to the line. 40.2 on the game clock. Clark gets a look at 3, gets it, nothing but net.
She felt it the whole way. I love her confidence. I love the way she has defended today.
3 on San Antonio again.
Don't play with them. Don't play with them.
Double high screen from Grand Canyon. San Antonio
Coming from behind.
help D, somebody's open. And working more clock, it's down to 5. Cooper got to recognize, gets the layup off, and big defense.
The steal, they took it away.
And a whistle and a foul. Cooper.
UTA.
Brown gets them both. 11 points for Tiara Brown. She is perfect. 7 for 7 from the free throw line. Or excuse me, 6 for 6 from the line, but double digits for 3 different players for Grand Canyon.
2.2 seconds left.
And we will have a champion unless UT Arlington can get a look at a 3. So close.